Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome back to the stage Robin Getman.
Wow, you made it. Congratulations. And you all stayed for me. Wait a minute, there's prizes, aren't there? Yeah, I know, there's door prizes. This is probably the wrong audience to which to ask the question, how much fun are you having? Because it's like preaching to the choir. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how many of you would say that your job is a 10 fun? 10? That's a lot. 9? How many 9s do we have? 9? 8? 7? Is there anybody here who hopes I don't go any lower than that? I believe the measurement of how much you love your job is 2 things: your passion and your performance, your mindset and your skill set. And so I'm going to tell you a 10-minute story about 2 people in a service position. And when I'm working with groups, I ask them to choose which position, other than your own, of these 2 would you like? Would you rather be a bookstore cashier or an express lane cashier? What do you think the number 1 answer is? What's the first thing that pops to mind for you? Bookstore cashier or express lane cashier?
I'm running through my head. I don't really know.
All right, we'll take a quick survey. How many say bookstore cashier? How many say express lane cashier? Notice express lane cashier got about 6 hands. The most popular position, hands down, for the last 6 years, group after group, bookstore cashier. So you've heard a lot today that it's about choice. So I'll tell you the story, and I want you to ask yourself, in these 2 stories, is the character in the story serving a purpose or serving a sentence? Now this story starts at the back of the room because that's where the experience started for me. I had to get a book for my book group, and I went to my favorite warehouse bookstore. And I went in the back door, because I go up in the front door, then I can't get out of the parking lot. It takes too long, and I was in a hurry. So I walked in the back door, and I noticed there was a single cashier standing at the back of the store. And she had what I like to call the body language. Now she saw me walk in the door, and this is what she did. Now I ran over to her and I said, "Can you tell me where I'll find Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies?" To which she responded, "I don't have a clue. You have to go to the customer service desk. They'll take you right to it." Fortunately, I go to the store often. I know where the customer service desk is located. Now I came in the back door. Where do you suppose the customer service desk is located? At the front of the store, opposite corner. So I go to the gentleman behind the customer service kiosk and I say, "Can you tell me where I'll find Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies?" To which he says, "I will take you there." Wow, now that's customer service. So we begin. Anyone see where this is headed? Where do you suppose Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies is located? Oh, not just the back of the store. Remember, there's a single cashier standing behind a desk. In front of her is a tall shelf of books. And just at eye level, almost within reach, is Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies. Kind of have to wonder what she does all day, don't you? In the hospitality industry, you used to say that if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. And with her, I think if you have time to burn, you have time to learn. And that's the most popular position. That's the position that 85 to 90% of audiences say, yes, if I had to choose another job, I'll go bookstore cashier because of the environment, because of the people. And then when I ask them about express lane cashier, they're like, that's a hard job. You're on your feet all the day, and you don't really get any connection with people. So remember, your question is serving a purpose or serving a sentence. And this is about Susie, the express lane cashier. And this happened, well, the story actually goes back 13 years ago when I went to Weight Watchers. Joined Weight Watchers and lost 36 pounds. Oh, I'll wait for everyone's applause. Everyone, yes. But the applause isn't for losing the weight. What's the applause for? Keeping it off, right? That's the hardest part. You go to Weight Watchers and the first thing they tell you is this is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I didn't want to hear that. I also didn't want to hear that in order to live this new lifestyle, I was going to have to eat a lot of vegetables and fruit. Not just a lot, volumes. And at that point, I wasn't even sure I understood what a vegetable or a fruit was. And I certainly was clear that if I did see them, I didn't like them. But I knew one place I could find them, and that was Byerly's. And if you've been to the store Byerly's in the Twin Cities, Byerly's Lunds, they have the best salad bar. And I thought, I know what I'll do. I could go to the salad bar 5-6 days a week and get all of those fruits and vegetables. There's just one problem. I don't like waste. If I go to the salad bar, they're going to give me those plastic clam containers, and those are going to end up in the landfill. Wait, I'll bring my own containers from home. And then I would go to just about any cashier, and I would set down my reusable containers, and I would get the body language. These aren't our containers, I say. I know. They're mine. I bring them from home. To which they would then say, well, it's going to cost you more. It's going to weigh more. I'd say, I don't care. I am saving the planet. Now, on this particular day, I take my reusable containers to Susie's Express Lane. She looks down, she sees the containers, she says, these aren't our containers. I said, I know. She said, these are yours. You brought these from home. That's brilliant. I said, yes. Yes, it is. Now I have a new dilemma, right? Because now I want to impress Susie. This isn't going to be easy. I'm a baby boomer. I'm more than slightly technophobic. I'm technophobic. And I've learned to be technophobic because I go in and out of retail establishments where I have been empowered to self-swipe my credit card. I don't like to be swiping my own credit card. I know invariably I'm going to do it incorrectly. I know I'm going to do it incorrectly because the person who's behind the register, who's usually 12, is standing on one heel giving me the look. Go ahead. Make my day. And I do. Then I do it incorrectly. They seize the credit card, right? As if it's a loaded weapon. They turn it so everyone in the store can see I had the magnetic stripe going the wrong direction. And now, because I can no longer be trusted with my own credit card, they swipe it for me. And then they lean across the counter and they push the buttons for me. It's humiliating. I don't want to be humiliated like this with Susie, so I decide in this circumstance I will study. Susie sees me reading the instructions on the machine and says with a big, beautiful smile, you know what? Those things are so confusing. Turn the magnetic stripe towards you. Swipe it back towards the ice cream. Then press yellow, then blue, rips off the receipt and says, and this one's for you. Wow. From that day forward, whose register do I go to? Susie. Susie makes me feel like $1 million. Now, what I haven't told you is I have a dear friend who does what I do for a living. She's a trainer and a speaker. She grew up in Minnesota. She met her husband. They grew a business. They bought a home. They raised a family in St. Paul. He passed away. Her adult children moved to Denver, Colorado, where they began to breed. Where did she need to be? Denver, Colorado. She said, now what do I do? All of my business is in Minnesota. I said, so's your mother. You're going to want to come back. You're going to want to see your mom. Call it your Minnesota week. But don't charge your clients travel. Stay in our home. Use our car. She said, if I'm going to stay in your house, use your car, I'm going to contribute to groceries. We said, here are the containers. Send her off to Byerly's. Now, whose line does she get into? Susie. Susie looks down, sees the containers, looks up, looks down, says, "What have you done with Robin?" Kayleen comes home. She's just grinning from ear to ear. She says, "I just met Susie." I said, "I love Susie." She said, "Woo, Susie loves you." She said, "Oh, by the way, Susie asked me to give you a message. On July 31st, she will retire." I know, but then I thought, if I'm at home on July 31st, I'm in town, I will make a point. I'll go to Byerly's, but this time I'll take a gift, a card, a hug. I'll thank her for the transformational difference she's made in my life. So July 31st rolls around, I run to the store with my little reusable containers, I turn towards the express lane, and there's a line, like 12 people deep. And I thought to myself, must be a special event or a sale, but that can't be right. The gentleman whose register is right next to hers, he's just standing there with his chin on the cash register and a handwritten sign that says Susie's Non-Regulars. All those years I thought I was the only one. The question for you on your last day of work, will people go out of their way to stand in line to give you a gift, a card, a hug, for making a transformational difference in their lives? Thank you.